heard, the conversations we've had, they've been very powerful. So thank you all for bringing your energy, your questions, and your presence. We're so glad you're here, and we can't wait to see what comes next. I would now like to invite Pandit Jayesh Vyasji from HSNC from North Carolina and the representatives from the Swaminarayan Gurukul to conduct the Deep Prajwalan. I would also like to invite up Ranjit ji for the Deep Prajwalan.
हरिः ओम ॐ स्वस्ति श्री गणेशाय नमः। हरिः ओम ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिग्ं हवामहे प्रियाणां त्वा प्रियपतिग्ं हवामहे निधीनां त्वा निधिपतिग्ं हवामहे वसो मम आहमजानि गर्भधमा त्वमजासि गर्भधम्मः। ॐ चन्द्रमा मनसो जात चक्षोः सूर्यो अजायत श्रोत्राद्वायुश्च प्राणश्च मुखादग्निरजायत। शुभं करोतु कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योति नमोऽस्तुते। यतोऽनन्तशक्तेः रनन्ताश्च जीवा यतो निर्गुणाद् प्रमेया गुणास्ते। यतो भाति सर्वं त्रिधा भेदभिन्नं सदा तं गणेशं नमामो भजामः। सदा तं गणेशं नमामो भजामः। जय श्री राम, जय जय श्री राम।
Renika ji, you can introduce the moderator for the next session. Renika, 1 second. Before that, Sohini will be announcing the hackathon winners. My apologies, Sohini.
Namaste everyone. If we could have all the hackathon participants, if you are in the room, if you can come up to the stage. I just wanted to tell you all a little bit about who won the hackathon and some of the ideas that people came up with. Do we have the hackathon winners? Or any of the students? All right, next slide. So this again was about coming up with reimagining the future of Hindu mandirs. So do you want to just talk a little bit about group 1?
Yeah, so in group 1, so the idea was to create innovative ideas that we could introduce to our mandirs all around the world. So our idea was NPS, or Nava Pandita Sabha, which is kind of like a speech or debate competition about Hindu Dharma. So we thought that this would promote kids to study and learn about their scriptures, because in order to debate and argue a topic, you have to know what you're talking about. And we thought it would be a good way to engage all the mandirs in one activity. We could make it a tournament style and have levels like regional, state, and national competition.
And next, we had our next group presented on motion in mandir, where they came up with an idea that whenever youth come to mandir, they actually can go through a circuit where they actually first start with Surya Namaskar, then they go and do puja, do prasad, then they go and engage in various activities like rangoli making, and just all different ways for them to engage in different aspects of Hindu Dharma. They even came up with an idea of having storytelling at Hindu mandirs for kids. So they came up with a lot of cool ideas. A lot of the students also came up with the idea of creating virtual immersive systems, like having a room in the mandir where they can have the goggles on and then be able to visit any single mandir that exists in the world in that immersive experience. So really cool ideas. Let's see. Let's go to the next slide. Our group 3 came up with some really great ideas as well. They wanted to see more sports facilities included on mandir grounds, as well as outdoor space like picnic areas and places for people to enjoy. Soccer fields, basketball courts, and things like that for youth to be able to come to mandirs more frequently and just be able to use mandir space as recreation as well as engaging in spiritual and puja activities. Let's go back again. They also came up with different language learning models. Can we have a machine learning kind of tool that will allow Hindu youth to ask any question that they want about Hindu Dharma and get a proper dharmic response, not like how we get on the different chat GPTs right now, as well as the VR experience. A lot of the students like that VR experience of being able to experience various mandirs through a headset. They also liked the idea of video games. So can you create a video game where you get to take on the avatar of Hanumanji and go across to Lanka and fight Ravana, and use that as a video game as well. They also liked the idea of being able to, similar to audio tours of different museums that you get, if you could go into a mandir, be able to have your earbud in, point your phone to a QR code, and be able to hear the shloka that is associated with a certain Bhagavan, as well as an understanding and description of who the Bhagavan is, what is their story, things like that. They would love to be able to get more of that immersive experience when they go and visit mandirs, as well as hear podcasts and get these audio tours. And then lastly, this group came up with a mentorship program where they came up with, can youth be paired with mentors where they can ask any type of question to and kind of get that one-on-one interaction. And our last group, this was our group that was the award winner. All right, so they came up, it's a little hard for me to read, but they came up with ideas on Hindu awareness, which is being able to help young people understand all the different aspects of puja. Are any of the award winners here? No. They actually had prepared a presentation, so I'm sorry they're not here right now. There we go. Thank you. So yes, so they came up with the idea of addressing Hindu youth in all different ways. So one way is addressing them in terms of helping them with careers. So career fairs, resume building, PR training, and things like that. They also wanted to help engage the students in learning about Hindu Dharma, and aspects of puja. So what are the significance and the benefits for the self and the community when you do a puja? They also wanted to engage students in more temple activities, such as fundraising, doing marathons, 5Ks, 3Ks for Hindu festivals, and then increasing awareness of, increasing mandir's presence on Hindu campuses, and having weekly sabhas for people to have more deeper understanding of Hindu Dharma, history classes, speakers, and just really building that connection between Hindu mandirs and college students. So yeah, these are the different ideas that were presented by our youth. We're really proud of them. I think the most fulfilling part of this experience, even this whole conference for me, is when some of the students came up to me and said, wow, that hackathon was really fun. So maybe consider doing this in your Hindu mandir as well. It would be a great experience for the young people.
Thank you, Sohini, for that wonderful presentation. I really want everybody to give a big round of applause to Sohini Sarkar. Sohini, please. She has been the force behind the youth panel this year. The three brilliant youth presenters yesterday, I mean, 6 panelists were there, but if you see, this, 3 of them were the second generation youth, and they came up. She was the one who helped us get connected to them, and she came up with this workshop idea. Thank you so much. She is also the reason why the presentations moved very fast and nicely, smoothly, and everything was on time. So thank you, Sohini. I would be amiss to not mention, since we are talking about the presentation and everything, to Arpanji. Arpanji also was the person behind Arpanji, Arpan Prakashji, and Maheshji at the AV. So we do have to really, really thank them for all the work that they have been doing for last 3 days. One last recognition, and of course, many volunteers have worked very hard. Surendra Pandeyji for his dedicated work with the Mandirwani. Everybody has a Mandirwani. Phenomenal work. He kept us all on the, within deadlines were met. Deadlines were set and met very beautifully. Thank you, Surendraji. All yours. Thank you, Renika. वो करेंगे हम, but yeah. Thank you.
Yes, and I do want to add that I was a part of the workshop and it was amazing. Thank you so much. But okay, let's get started with our last session of today's HMEC conference. So the last session will be session 8, Temples as Connectors, Civic and Social Duties of the Mandir. Temples are more than places of worship. They are beacons of community, guiding civic engagement and social responsibility, while inspiring collective action for the greater good. This session explores how temples serve as vital connectors, not only fostering spiritual growth, but also fulfilling civic and social responsibilities that strengthen and uplift the broader community. We would like to invite the moderator for this session, Sri Mohinderji Gulati. He is a managing trustee of the Global Hindu Temple Network India and president of its American chapter. The network connects temples, promotes Sanatan Dharma, and supports community-focused temple management. He previously served as advisor of the World Bank and COO of UNSE4AII and holds degrees in management and physics. Let's give him a round of applause as he leads this session.
Thank you. May I request the panel members to start coming on the stage so that we don't spend time in the shuffle and we will take some time. Namaskar. It's an honor to be here. As I was introduced, I am Managing Trustee and a President of Global Hindu Temple Network in America and Managing Trustee of Global Hindu Temple Network in India. At the Global Hindu Temple Network, we do not start with a Shanti Path. We start with a Shakti Path, as somebody said in the morning yesterday. And I'll recite and I'll put you to a quiz test. And that is, Deh Shiva Var Mohe, Shubh Karman Se Kabhu Na Daro, Na Daro Ariso, Jab Jai Lado, Nishchay Kar Apni Jeet Karo. How many of you have heard this? This is a 250-year-old song, poem. Has anybody heard? No. Okay, let me play it. Maybe it will. I won't play the whole song. This was written 250 years ago. I am sure people don't know who wrote it. This was written by Guru Gobind Singh. And this was called Chandi Diwar, which means the Stuti of Ma Chandi. Do you know why he wrote it? And what was the purpose? He wrote it when he created the Khalsa force, Sikh force. Khalsa was created. The birth of Khalsa was for protection of Hindu Dharma. And this was the war song of the Khalsa guerrilla fighters for fighting against the Mughal army for protecting Hindu Dharma. And this was called Chandi Diwar. The city of Chandigarh is named after the temple of Ma Chandi. Do you know this is still being used? Who sings it? This is the regimental song of Sikh regiment in the Indian Army. Okay, so with that much of quiz about our modern Hindu itihas, let's start the session. Temple as the connectors. We have a very star-studded panel here, 7 of them. I will introduce them as and when their turn comes, rather than introducing them all together. The purpose of the session, objective of the session was already presented, so I will not repeat that. Temples are the golden thread that binds together all the thoughts that you will hear from our panel speakers. Let me start with introducing Shri Madan Mohan Patel. If you have a microphone there, then I would rather sit there so that the panel speakers can come here and do their presentation. Yeah, I will. Oh, okay. Want to speak from there, or do you want to come here? Okay, so you have that because then it's easier for you to. So Shri Madan Mohan Patel ji, he is a qualified chemical engineer, and I was surprised that all the bios that I see, most of them are engineers except me. So I don't know if there is some connection between being an engineer and being a Hindu warrior. Maybe it is wonderful that is the case. Professional engineer, he is also the vice president of Vartal Dham Shri Swaminarayan Hindu Temple. He will be talking about polling booths at the mandirs. Hindu Pact and also American for Hindu, they have been talking about it. They have done some work. We should have our mandirs do at least these 2 things. 1, do a voter registration, and 2nd, use the mandirs as polling booths. That will not only create more awareness and mobilize the Hindus to vote, but you will also be bringing the local community to the mandir for the registration and for polling, and that is when you can give them a guided tour and an introduction to Hindu Dharma. So, Madan Mohanji, 5 minutes for you.
Hello, Jai Swaminarayan, Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Ram to all the priests, to all the organizers, and all the pranam to all the sant. Today, I'm representing Vartal Gadi. Many of you don't know, for the first time representing. So this is Vartal Gadi, established by Bhagwan Swaminarayan, original Swaminarayan Sampradaya 200 years before in Vartal Dham. And I'm representing our temple in Houston, Texas, and here also Dallas and everywhere. So our current Acharya is Ajant Prasad Ji Maharaj and Bhavi Acharya Nugant Prasad Ji Maharaj. You will see more on 14th page on this book to represent that Vartal Gadi established by Bhagwan Swaminarayan. We are celebrating 200 years of celebration of the Acharya Parampara. So now the topic is please have a slide. Okay. So as you all know that we have 1% population in US, right? But we are paying 6% tax. And name the industry. Sorry, name the industry we are in hotel business, IT, everywhere. Wherever you go, we are there, right? So our Hindu voice should be raised and should be represented in the Congress and local chapter everywhere. Are you agree? Yes. So the voting is very important, and the voting poll both important. Like why, if you don't vote, then you don't got representative. The decision, the local community, local county, everywhere is affected every day by your kids, your next generation, and by you. They are making decision. वो लोग decision लेते, हम तो खाली सुनते हैं टीवी पे. पर हमारा representing होगा तो our voice should be there and we step up and we can raise the voice and we can protect whatever we can do. But if we don't have a representative, then we just listen. Encourage all election. Like हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हमारे election में खड़े नहीं रहते. So please encourage your team, your temple, your leaders to represent the local, state and national level. Otherwise, you cannot be representative. Please. तभी बताया कि why we need to have a polling booth as temple. हमारे इंडियन में एक माइंड सेट होता है, इजी मिले, फ्री मिले, कन्वीनियंट मिले तो ही हम लोग काम करते हैं. सही बात है, राइट? तो हमारा पोलिंग बूथ मंदिर में है, तो आई ऑलवेज कॉलिंग देम, ओ कम गेट द वोटिंग. कहाँ पे है, कहाँ पे जाना है, सब है. So that's why we have temple. Come to temple, have a darshan, have a prasad and the vote for our community. That's we are doing that. तो इसलिए, और ट्रस्टेड है, सबको मालूम है, इसलिए मंदिर भी आएंगे, वो सब करेंगे. और हमारे यूथ, so next generation we prepare them. So that's why the polling booth is important. I want to share one example. That's why I'm here. Why we need that? We have a big temple. हमारे सब लोग इधर आए, अखिलेश जी है, विजय जी है, सब है. वरताल धाम 10 एकड़ जगह पे ह्यूस्टन में है. We don't have a local septic system. Listen to this. I went 50 times to the county to ask them to support, to get the connection to our water, like septic system to the government system. I got one answer only. We don't have a budget. And they were ignored many times. Next slide. Yeah, so this one, sorry. Yeah. So then, okay, मैंने बोला देख लेंगे हम लोग. Then I apply for the election polling booth. In 2 years, now all election officers contacting us. What you need that? How you need that? And they already grant $1 million for our temple. So that is the power. So we will get that. And also our president is in Fort Bend County and in Houston. Because आप सब बोल वरताल धाम आना है, वरताल धाम आना, फोन करते हैं भाई कब प्रोग्राम है आपका. मैंने बोला आ जाओ भैया. तो वो हमारा पावर है. Next slide. Okay, how you get the polling booth? This is very important for all organ leaders. Contact your local county, local city. There's a website there. If you don't know, let me know. I will give my number. I will help you. I fight for 2 years to get the election. वो बोलेंगे कि इधर नजदीक में और जगह पे है. There's another place. But we told that we have many Hindu community here. We need the polling booth. After 2 year fight, we got the election booth, and now everybody coming to our temple. Okay, next. Beyond the polling booth, we want to encourage everyone. As you said, like आपको फोन करना पड़ेगा सबको कि पोलिंग बूथ में रजिस्ट्रेशन करना पड़ेगा, वहाँ पे अरेंजमेंट करने. They are supporting us and they will pay you for that. Whatever you ask, they will pay nominal charge. And they respect. If you tell the election officer, don't allow meat in the temple, they go eat in car. Believe me, they respect our religion. So please encourage that. And you encourage the youth. So next generation को उनको election में खड़ा रहना है. Otherwise our voice will be not there. Last slide. Okay, temples are pillar of power, more than community only, not religion only. The community service. We have to do community service, polling booth, and let's commit each other. And last thing, do 3 things in our community. First thing, doing the prayer every day at home and temple. Our Hindus should go every week temple, every day temple. Otherwise, we don't do practice. We don't be like recognized. Second thing, donate to our temple and this kind of organization. And like promote the next generation. Last thing, I want to recognize and thanks to this organization, the HMCC committee and all volunteers doing the great work for community. Jai Shri Ram! भारत माता की! हम लोग यूनाइटेड है, ज्यादा यूनाइटेड बनेंगे.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madan Mohan ji. Thank you for sticking to your time and a very powerful presentation. Next speaker is Shri Nanand Desai. He is trustee of Hindu Temple of Florida and also a Sangh Chalak of Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh, also an engineer. He builds community initiatives, sustainable community initiatives, and he's going to talk about Hindu Vivah, Hindu matrimony, and Bansalji will talk about Hindu Vivah. So the marriage is an art. Marriage is an art, and that's what I told my wife when I got married. Acceptance, respect, and trust. That's the art of marriage.
Dhanyavad.
Deciding.
Dhanyavad. And this is a good lead into this voting, because what it says is, if you are not at the table, you are on the menu. This is what the message is. If you're not at the table, you are on the menu. So, how do we get our people out? Unless they have a pride in our Hindu culture. So we started with this event, which is Hindu matrimonial, so that our people marry within the culture and the religion. So it is as the slide says, it is very imperative that we marry within to preserve our traditions, our culture and heritage. The sooner they marry, they can have bigger families. Right now, as we all know, that there is a great shift happening. People are marrying later and later in their life, and that's affecting the growth of the Hindu demographics. Okay, so internet and websites and other options are out there, but there is no real substitute to person-to-person, face-to-face meeting, because meeting of mind occurs only when you meet in person. Okay, so this event it requires that people meet in person, and also it's a very efficient event because in one weekend they meet several. If you're a girl, you meet several boys. If you're a boy, you have several girls. So why did we start that? In 16 and 17, my two daughters got married, and we saw them married at the age of 30, and they're worried. And what they went through to get married. They would start with somebody, then it will break up, and then they'll start with somebody. So it was like forever taking, and we were getting nervous. So we said, okay, we got to fix this. And we started this in person in the matrimonial. So the next slide here says why. What are the problems that exist today? The problems, as you know, our people are very good at educating our youth. They'll pay good money to the universities and everywhere. They are excellent at education. They're focused on career building, but it's a college time when they should be finding their soulmate. But that time they're busy studying and building up their career. And then they're shy. They haven't done much of, so to speak, dating or meeting other gender. As they get older, they become financially independent. Parents have less influence on their decision making. As a matter of fact, the moment the parents start talking about marriage, they say, "No, mom, dad, later. I don't want to talk about it right now." Okay. As they also become more independent, it's difficult to adjust in the life. And there's a fear of commitment. I don't want to get married. I don't know what kind of person am I going to see. They have other mental reservations about that. Maybe I find a person in a matrimonial. You mean people think I can't find a person myself or fall in love or something? Also, our parents never did a good job in terms of giving strong religious foundation and self-esteem. Isms about language, caste, if you saw caste preference. Preference of certain profession. I want to marry only if you are of this profession or that profession. And sometimes over interference by parents in trying to decide who they are going to marry, because many times before the youth gets the resume of the boy or a girl, the parents have ruled the person out instead of letting the youth make. So we came up with this. As a result, what we are seeing is a very good book written by Interfaith Shadi by Dr. Dilip Amin out of California, who has given many presentations at the past HMEC. Good 38 to 40% of our youth are marrying outside the religion, and we are losing them permanently out of our genealogy and demographics. Next slide, please. So this Hindu matrimonial is a unique event. It's for Hindu, Jain, and Sikh, aged 25 to 45. In-person attendance is mandatory and required, as you say. We have a unique HMUSA app that allows them to confidentially communicate even after the event for several years. We do not shut that down. The website is right there. The event includes speed dating, icebreakers. It's a 3-minute talk. Every boy gets to meet every girl gets to meet every boy. And we have motivational speakers who manage expectations and guidance. So participations are from all over USA, UK, Canada. Last year we did event in Frankfurt, Germany also this year. Next year it's coming up in Durban, South Africa, and in Houston on February 28th. Durban, South Africa, 14th March. And we are looking at Orlando, Atlanta, and few other cities. With that, I'll end my presentation.
It's very easy to moderate when you have very disciplined presenters, each one sticking to their 5 minutes. Thank you very much for that. Now we have Abhishek Bansalji. You heard about Hindu matrimony. Now you will hear about Hindu Vivah. So that means there is more demand in the market for those services. And Abhishek Bansalji is executive member of this temple, which is hosting this event. He was already introduced yesterday when he did a presentation on Vidya Vikas School. So you already have seen him, heard him, got his introduction. I would not spend more time on that. Abhishek ji, floor is yours.
Dhanyavad Mohinder ji. I will comment on your observation that engineers are Hindu warriors, and I'll tell you why. Because we've all gone through a study on science, and as we have known a little more about science, we've learned that science is a subset, not a superset of Sanatana Dharma. And that brings us back to our roots. I will also like to build upon what Madanji mentioned about Dr. Dilip Amin, who has written books on interfaith marriages. You quoted that 40% of our Hindu singles marry interfaith. One of the other things Dilip Amin ji has mentioned in his book is 70% of the next gen of interfaith marriages end up being non-Hindus. So while we are at this conference talking about Hindu mandars, Hindu empowerment, it's fundamental that we do not miss the fact that if our Hindu families are not intact, there's no way our Hindu mandars will flourish. So this is a topic at the very heart. This is not what is needed in the market. This is what is needed in every single home today, protecting Hindu marriages. So with that, I'll move on to the Hindu Vivah presentation. The Hindu Vivah team couldn't be here, so they asked me to present on behalf. Hindu Vivah was an organization, 501c3, founded in 2017, based in Dallas. And they run their events all across the US. They work on donations of Hindu organizations, Hindu communities, and it's faith-based. Obviously, it's just for Hindus. We do not encourage anybody outside. Inclusive for all citizens, for all immigration status, obviously all castes and so on, right? Next. Yeah. So like I mentioned, these events, they run across the US, both in person as well as virtual. They maintain a very healthy rate of events, at least one event per week, and is the rate at which Hindu Vivah runs these events. They categorize these events by, like I said, different immigration statuses, different age categories. There are medical professionals on the events. There are US and Canada born and raised only events. So they make it more specific, even vegetarian only events. So it's easier for people to find their matches. And of course, they run on a membership. So it's a $15 membership, which is pretty very, and that gives access to all the events around this year. So if you're interested, single 52 events for you in that year. Next. So this is a picture of Hindu Viva in action. So I got introduced to Hindu Viva at this very mandir. This is a picture of when one of these in-person events was in progress in our mandir. It's exactly this hall. You can see the picture, and it's great to see so many Hindu singles come out. And yeah. So in terms of the impact, this organization has made 10,000 plus singles impacted, 225 plus events carried out so far in these last 7-8 years. Obviously, the pandemic did slow down the number of events they did, and they typically get good stats in terms of in virtual events. They get 25 plus matches, mutual matches. In in-person events, they get about 60 in-person matches, and the contact information is kept discreet till the point of mutual matches made. So people just go with their name tags and age, and that's about it. But once a mutual match is made, that's when more information gets shared. So call to action, because that's where we all need to be. Next slide. That's where we need to be. So we have to make mandirs and our community centers as matchmakers only, right? We have to coach, first of all, as Madanji said, we have to coach our singles the importance of Hindu marriages, of keeping our Hindu traditions and values alive and intact, right? Mandirs obviously offer a sacred environment. So when Hindu singles meet here, I mean, the picture that you saw with Ganeshi Pratimai in between, it maintains a very healthy environment for a very sacred conversation. It also allows for individuals to stay connected with mandirs, and in-person events is always known to give us a better chance of making these bonds happen. So we seek all these mandirs, all these organizations that are present here to donate your temple halls, donate your volunteers and time to make these events more of a success, make them more frequent, widen the outreach to more cities in the US. So as you know, currently Hindu Viva has had 7 or 8 specific cities where they've run these events, but they'd like to obviously expand. And with that, I'd like to just, the last slide, yeah. I'll just like to state again that let's build a future where every single Hindu finds their sacred bond and a platform to maintain and preserve their sacred values. Dhanyavad.
Okay, this is a really diverse panel. We started with polling, then we went to matrimony, and now we are going to go to creating intellectual Kshatriyas. And I have the privilege and honor to invite Mr. Kalyan Vishwanathan. He is a master in computer and information sciences and a BTech in electrical and electronics engineering. But his transformation happened when he got in contact with Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Swami Swatmananda, whom you heard yesterday, is from the same ashram. And since then, he has been very deeply involved in spread of Advaita, and now he is heading Hindu University of America, producing intellectual Kshatriyas. When we say temple as connectors, and that's a question for the audience to think through for your questions at the end of the speeches. Connecting, the temples used to be anchors of our society. Every possible activity was done at and through and by the temples. And that is what we have lost. How do we bring that glory back to the temples? And therefore the question for all of us to consider is, temple as connectors, connecting with whom? Connecting for what? And how do we connect? In whichever way we are connecting, the process that we are using for connecting, is it achieving the results or are we losing it? So do the impact analysis. So connecting with whom? Outside, inside? Connecting for what purpose? And how are you connecting? And what impact are you having? Very academic framework, and that is why we have an academician to talk to us about creating intellectual Kshatriyas in the University of America.
Namaste, everybody. So, as probably most of you know, Hindu University of America has been on a path of renewal and rejuvenation for about little over 6 years now. As we speak right now, more than 950 students are taking some course or program at Hindu University of America. About 70 of them, 72 of them are in the graduate level, and we have about maybe 600 people in various programs of study. Last year, HUA acquired the California College of Ayurveda. We now have 2 campuses, one in Orlando and one in California. So the university has been, growing and moving on a good, respectable path, and we anticipate getting accredited very soon. And there's also a good possibility we will expand further through acquisition also. What I am going to discuss today is how can Hindu Mandirs partner with Hindu University of America, and what we are doing to support that. And our area of interest is education, right? So when we say education, community education, I'd like to briefly ask Dr. Kalika Uttarkar to stand up. She's just joined HUA as the Director of Community Education at HUA. We also have our Director of Advancement, Esther Dhanraj. Could you please stand up? Esther Dhanraj. We also have our Director of Community Education, Ankur Patel. Could you please stand up? Ankur Patel, where is he? Over there. And we have our Vice President of Operations, Arvind Swami, who's here also, 4 of us. So we have a strong team here. Now, education involves all of this: youth engagement, K through 12, Sunday school, certificate programs, advanced degrees, and of course, ultimately to promote service, leadership, and global engagement. What is there to learn? I mean, this is one of the frequent questions I encounter when I meet with Hindus. What is there to learn? I mean, maybe I know everything already. I mean, why go to school? I mean, what's the point? Well, here are some areas. If you look at Hindu thought, our first encounter with Hinduism comes to rituals and pujas and various forms of worship. And if we get stuck there, we don't ever get to experience the magnificence of Hindu thought, and we get stuck. And many of our younger generation get stuck there and get completely confused. Where we need to go is philosophy. Jnana, moksha, darshana, which is what we call the direction of jnana yoga, from bhakti and jnana. And of course, there is well-being, yoga and Ayurveda, which is very deep, very important, very relevant for our modern society. And there is our texts, Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Itihas. I mean, there's so many texts. No civilization has produced as many texts as Hindu Dharma has produced, and it's a miracle. And Hindus won't even know how many texts we have in our Dharma. And of course, nowadays, very important, mental health breakdowns and counseling, what we call samupadesha. It's very, very important now, because of the problems of mental health, behavioral health, addictions, breakdowns are increasingly severe amongst our own community. And that's another area of concern, commitment for us. Teaching and transmission, Guru, Siksha, Parampara, Sishya Parampara, Siksha. Service and leadership, Dharma, how to participate in the world effectively. And then, of course, engagement, media, interfaith, we call Samvada. These are all the spaces in which we want to participate. We want to enable our community to learn and become more educated. Benefits for Hindu Mandirs through HUA, we are working on certain very concrete projects. Bhagavad Gita Pariksha, we really want it to become like a spelling bee, where it's national, all temples are participating, youth are participating, it becomes a regular feature every year. It's just in pilot stage. Couple of mandirs have signed on. We'd like to rapidly expand this to 10, 20 mandirs and move on.
Growing up with the Gita and parenting, Hindu parenting, Kalikaji spoke about it yesterday. These are specific courses. Our entire online curriculum is available now. Got more than 250 courses. I mean, you'll have to take some of these courses to really discover how deep they are, how profound they are. Otherwise, you will never really be able to discover this. We are very committed to school teacher development for weekend programs. There's a lot to do here in the realm of standardization and quality of our courses and programs. Mandir administration curriculum, how to get our mandirs ready for the next generation. Very, very critical. They cannot remain first generation institutions only. Hybrid course offerings with Hindu mandirs becoming sort of centers for education in partnership with HUA. Then, customized workshops and Dharma dialogue events, which we would love to host in different mandirs. And lastly, some kind of affiliate marketing alliance is also possible. So there are all different ways in which Hindu mandirs can benefit from partnering with Hindu University of America, and we are very eager to promote this. So the partnership journey, phase 1, we can start with youth and community education, Bhagavad Gita Pariksha, community education, customized workshops and seminars. Phase 2, expanded services from the mandir. We can enable mandirs to provide services in yoga, Ayurveda, health-related offerings, chaplaincy, mental health counseling. Every mandir should have a Hindu chaplain at some point. So, whether we are ready or not, that's where we are headed. And, mental health counseling, of course, Sunday school, K through 12 teacher training. And phase 3 can be a mature partnership with mandir as an extension of the university, affiliate marketing, promotions, galas, administration, leadership training, and so on. So this is what I see as the potential of the partnership between HUA and the Hindu mandirs. Ultimately, our commitment is to enable our Hindus to become conscious, engaged, and resilient. Conscious means aware, self-aware, with knowledge, strength, and courage, pride, and sense of responsibility. It includes not being confused about Hinduism. As soon as somebody says caste, we should not collapse and retreat. Education, service, advocacy, public square, media, youth. Then lastly, not easily silenced, not easily confused, not get stuck with silly debates and, not knowing what to say. We have to, find our voice. In large measure, Hindus have been silenced. They have been silenced. When we silence ourselves, realize that we have been silenced. We don't speak up as Hindus. And ultimately, resilient means ability to transmit and protect this dharma across the generations. So this is our commitment, and this is our invitation to. How many mandirs are here? If you represent a mandir, can you please raise your hand? If you represent a mandir. Okay, we are very interested in engaging with you. We'd like to create memorandums of understanding with the mandirs and develop this partnership so that it becomes mature and effective, productive, and makes a real difference for our community. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
What you just heard in one sentence is a summary of the challenge that Hindu Dharma faces today. That a Gurukul has to stand up and say, I want to associate with a mandir. Just think about that. How shameful and embarrassing that situation can be when Gurukul and mandir were inseparable. Gurukul was a part of the mandir. All the evolution and development of science and mathematics and astronomy, who did all that? We were such a scientifically advanced religion. It was done by our rishis, and they were in the ashram and in the gurukuls, and the people gave endowment of land and money to the mandirs for running gurukuls. So there was no difference. They were inseparable. They were integral part of it. Anyway, that therefore defines you today, the problem that we have, the challenge that we have, that we need to solve. All that is fine, but then we also need the warriors. And normally the non-profit organizations that we have two different roles. Either they are advocacy NGOs or non-profits, or they are operational non-profits who work on the ground. Hindu Pact is unique. They are both. They are advocacy non-profit as well as on the ground operational non-profit. So we have Arun Kumar Akineni ji, who again is a engineer, IT person, IT professional with a very, very strong background. He also has he's also a veteran, by the way. And he has left everything and he is now leading this activity of Knowledge System Incubator and the Knowledge System Foundation in Austin, Texas. And some of the books that you see there of Tattva and Vratam, I was very surprised to see those books are for children, and I was ashamed that I didn't know so much of that. So I'm going to have a copy of a set of those books for myself, not for the children, because I need to educate myself too. So Arunji, up to you to explain to people as to what is Hindu Pact, but at the end, you must also tell them why they should support the advocacy organizations of Hindus. Up to you for 5 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohinderji. Namaste, everyone. So today I'll start off with a story. Okay, so I'll start off with a small story. In the tiny Caribbean island of Trinidad, Indians were brought to the island under spurious contracts and thrust into slavery. Till 1945, even Hindu marriages were not recognized until the Hindus either converted or did a Christian ceremony. It is said that after back-breaking labor during the day, the people got together towards the evenings, and then there was a roar of akavyas in song and dance. They narrated our Puranas and Itihasas and kept the spirit of Dharma alive. Even the construction of temples on land was not permitted by the colonial authorities back in the day. The Hindus overcame this problem by dropping pebbles in the ocean at the site of what later became the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha. The Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha focused on organizing the Hindu community and made them a force to be reckoned in Trinidad against all the odds. Let me state that Mandirs have maintained a central role in Bharat's cultural and spiritual heritage since ancient times. Mandirs in Bharat traditionally functioned as repositories of knowledge and education, as well as centers of charity. They preserved art and tradition while holding administrative authority, provided local self-governance, and administered justice. During the British colonial era, temples also played a crucial role in organizing resistance movements and promoting Hindu nationalism. It is essential to revive this tradition and empower Mandirs with an active role in advocating for policies that benefit the Hindu community. Community engagement and advocacy are crucial in ensuring that laws designed to protect citizens are not utilized against our community. This is an important point. Today, I want to address a topic of immense importance to our civic engagement and our rights as a community. Since 1954, the Johnson Amendment has been a key provision in the US tax code. It prohibits all 501c3 tax-exempt organizations, which includes our temples and religious institutions, from endorsing or opposing political candidates. This law, in one way, ensures that our places of worship maintain their non-partisan status. While the Johnson Amendment itself has not been overturned, a significant development has occurred. In a recent court filing, the IRS has publicly stated a new position regarding its enforcement of the law, allowing allowing places of worship to ensure that candidates can advocate for action on issues that matter to Hindus from within the premises of a temple. Please note that advertising these events and political endorsements beyond the temple's private channels still remains restricted. Okay, so what are we doing at Hindu Pact? At Hindu Pact, which is a Hindu policy research and advocacy collective, we believe that the path to our collective strength is built on 4 pillars that include safety and security, awareness, advocacy, and representation. Through the safety and security pillar, we provide training on DHS grants and security best practices for temple facilities. Through the next pillar of awareness, we distinguish between those policies that are favorable and those that are unfavorable to our Hindu community by providing white papers and infographics on a variety of issues. To this end, we have developed a clear Hindu agenda and a questionnaire that enables our community to advocate for action. These tools are designed to help Mandars and our community vet candidates and make informed decisions at the ballot box. This brings us to our final pillar, which is representation. Awareness must translate into action. Through Hindu Vote, we enable Hindu participation in the electoral process by providing practical tools that we need, from voter registration to polling booths to election reminders. The work ahead of us remains significant. Non-action means that we will lose our future generations, especially in an environment where other religious and non-religious institutions are openly driving legislation and legal action that is detrimental to our values as Hindus. I will conclude by saying that Hindu phobia and Hindu hate cannot be addressed without Mandars actively participating in Hindu educational initiatives and advocacy. With this, I'll conclude by saying, Jai Shri Ganesh, and may Lord Ganesha help us overcome the obstacles that we face in front of us.
Thank you very much, Arunji. We are again shifting gears, going back to the temple as a sacred space. And we have a highly qualified speaker for that, Dr. Prema Sundararajan, who is a PhD in education focusing on adolescent mental health. I think she must be making tons of money. Mental health is such a big issue in the US and elsewhere that I'm going to appeal that at least 5% of that earning she should donate to our Hindu causes. She also has a master's in applied psychology, education, English history. So I don't know if she was spending her life studying or she also did some work. With all those degrees, it would take me a lifetime to get through all those degrees. She was awarded the best teacher by the President of India, and she served also in the UNICEF. I also happen to have worked for a while at the United Nations, which is nothing but a talk shop. Sometimes you do good work, but mostly it's a talk shop. So, and she is just chair of International Hindu University Academic Council. So over to Dr. Sundararajan to tell us about the sacred space and how we can extend that sacred space to our existential fight and our survival, so that this becomes a space also for culture, education, commerce, and protection of Hindu identity. Over to you, Dr. Sundararajan, 5 minutes.
Oma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Before I start about Antarrashtriya Hindu Vishwavidyalaya, I was so shaken when Dr. Rao said, हमारी भारत माता जो है अभी ICU में है, उनको ICU से निकालने के लिए हम सबको लगना है. जितने यूनिवर्सिटीज खोलेंगे, जितने शिक्षा संस्थान आप खोलेंगे, उतना कम है, उतना कम है. Why? भारत माता की मांग है. वेद पुराण, हमारे यहाँ बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर बैठे हैं, हमारे एक स्टूडेंट भी बैठे हैं. हम सिर्फ हम्बली लेकर आए हैं। मानसिक स्वास्थ्य में पैसा नहीं बनाया मुफ्त में, क्योंकि आईसीयू में है भारत माता। हाउ डू वी टेक इट आउट? हाउ डू वी टेक इट आउट? वेद पुराण पढ़ाइए, सब लोग पढ़िए, सब लोगों को साथ लगाइए। So this is a very important presentation, I would say. लेकिन आयुर्वेदा और वेद पुराण, हमारे पास ऐसे ऐसे लोग रिसर्च कर रहे हैं, you will be amazed. 80 साल के लोग, न्यूरो साइंस एंड वेद पुराण, न्यूरो साइंस एंड भगवत गीता, भागवतम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य वहीं से शुरू होता है। I'll move on to this presentation, which is a norm of HMEC. बोलने के लिए तो बोलते जाएंगे, लेकिन बोलेंगे नहीं इतना। Yes, please. Sacred spaces and scholarly pursuits. Beautiful topic Vallabhaji gave me. So I said, okay, I will stick to that. It's a subject that resonates deeply with our shared mission to preserve, propagate, and elevate the timeless wisdom of Sanatana Dharma. Temples are not merely architectural marvels or places of ritual. मैं बताती हूँ, इतने लोगों ने, इतने बच्चों ने जब temples के बारे में connectors का बताया, हम लोग कौन है? We are nothing. They are living sanctuary spaces where the sacred and scholarly emerge. In the ancient Bharatiya tradition, the mandir was the nucleus of civic life. Our moderator has already said. It was where dharma was taught, arts were nurtured, sciences were debated, and the community found both spiritual and intellectual nourishment. हमारे अंतरराष्ट्रीय हिंदू विश्वविद्यालय में we strive to revive the holistic vision. We offer multiple courses. कुछ भी पैसा नहीं लेते हैं, फ्री में आइए. In Sanskritam, the language of the Vedas and Upanishads, not as a relic of the past, but as a vibrant key to unlocking profound philosophical and scientific insights. सनातन धर्म भी हम सिखाते हैं. हमारे पास जो ऑस्टिन के टेक्सास यूनिवर्सिटी प्रोफेसर हैं, वो एडजंक्ट फैकल्टी हैं, वेद पुराण भी सिखाते हैं, सनातन धर्म भी सिखाते हैं. बट एज अ डायनामिक framework for ethical living and universal harmony. IHU programs in Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi, I have 7 research scholars, cinema actors से लेकर कुचिपुड़ी डांस के लिए पूरा रिसर्च करने वाले. Cultivate storytellers of dharma, carriers of cultural harmony, and we have Ayurveda. The next, I'm not even looking at the slides because I believe in that old traditional Gurukula. मैं लिख कर लाई हूँ सब. IHU's Ayurveda curriculum reconnects students with the science of life, health and balance, while its Vedic mathematics courses reveal the astonishing precision and elegance. Chaplaincy course and Prohitya course भी हमारा एक limelight में है. International Hindu University का जो model has digital Gurukula. In this digital age, we have reimagined the Gurukul, not this walls of stone, but the walls of intent and inquiry. Our students span continents, yet they gather in the sacred space. Takshashila और Nalanda क्या था? This was like, हमारा ही तो है भारतीय universities. Temples as connectors. I don't have to speak. The 4th slide can be missed because बहुत लोगों ने बात कर लिया temples as connectors. We, our own president, वो इसलिए लगे हुए हैं कि गणेश का मूर्ति बनाकर वो विसर्जन में लगे हुए हैं. And I have a trustee who is Dr. Maheshwari. वो खुद राधा कृष्ण का करके वहां पर बच्चों को लेकर गाना गा रहे हैं, सिखा रहे हैं. Life skills development, I take the sessions for the parents. That's what I asked Karika ji yesterday. Parents के साथ मैं लगी रहती हूँ with the students, interacting with them. So application and transfer of life skills. That is what is Manasik Swasthya is all about. In this present technological advance, I don't need to read this, but still it is available. I have 2 priests who are doing research. यहाँ धनेश जी हैं. He is one of our student, and there the Vedic science. You can raise your hand. Dr. Shri Gupta जो हैं, he is our Vedic science department head plus one of the board of director. Then Dr. Sheshadri, series of lectures on Ramayana way of life. हमारे website visit करिए. Life skills मैं खुद लेती हूँ और yes, research Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, Veda, Vedic sciences, and there's like 81-year-old people are doing neuroscience and Vedic sciences. So you can imagine those are the textbooks which will come out. With this, I stop here. Any question, anything, please visit the website. Dhanesh Budram is here. He will also be able to let you know more about IHU website. Antarrashtriya Hindu Vishwa Vidyalay. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you very much, Prema ji. sacred spaces and scholarly pursuits. I would just like to take 5 seconds. Kalyanji said that Hindus have produced enormous, copious amounts of literature, of scriptures and literature. I worked in Southeast Europe, which is the Balkans area where every 5 years there is a war. And the joke there used to be, they have more history than they can consume. And it seems we have more scriptures and more literature, more spirituality than we can consume. But are we translating, transforming, disseminating that in the language in which our future generations understand? You saw some of the hackathon and you heard some of the young speakers yesterday. Their lived experience is so different. You can't even get into their mind space. You can't even understand the language, the phraseology, the terminology that they use, because that's lived experience is so very different. So are we able to connect with them in that language? And that is where we have to really think deeply about it, how all this ancient knowledge that we have, and enormous, something that all of us in the whole humanity should be so proud of, are we connecting, are we presenting that, are we packaging and disseminating it to the future generations in the way they would want to consume it and receive it? With that question, I request Dr. Samir Shah. He's the last speaker. So he is Senior Vice President of IT Applications at Face Services. And he has 20 years experience in leading IT solutions and high-performing teams. He is going to introduce to us Shrimad Rajchandra Mission and their activities. 5 minutes for you, Mr. Samir Shah.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Namaskar, everyone. Jai Prabhu, as we say. So let me just start off by giving you a brief introduction of who we are, what mission, how we derive our inspiration. So, first slide, as you see, we have a very deep embedded lineage that starts off with, Mahavir Bhagwan, for those who know from a Jain tradition. Further, his follower, an ardent follower, Srimad Rajchandra ji, he was my guru's guru. For those who may be able to establish context, if you ever read, the autobiography of Mahatma Gandhi ji, you will see that he references 3 souls that inspired him in his pursuit for understanding what religion, true religion is, and one of them was Srimad Rajchandra ji. And then more relevant, today, we Puja Gurudev Rakesh ji. He is our guru, and he is the founder of the mission based in Dharampur, which is in Gujarat. Next slide. Yeah. So as I was saying, we are based in Dharampur. We have a big ashram. Our main international headquarters is based out of there. Further, as we speak, we are building a 400+ acre ashram here in the United States. It's based in the Poconos Mountains in Pennsylvania. So there's a lot of work going on. In fact, in the upcoming few days, we are going to host a festival of bliss. For all those who are living around that area, you're welcome to join us. And then another important aspect of who we are is our SRLC, which is called the Srimad Rajchandra Love and Care. This is where I'm going to emphasize the rest of our presentation today. It is going to talk about how temples can go beyond just being a place of worship, places of worship, but they can also further the cause of being the connectors to our local community, and not just our Indian community, because we have to establish that goodwill. As I heard this morning, it is our karma bhumi. It may be not a janma bhumi, but it is our karma bhumi, and in doing so, we have just as many responsibilities here in living in this country as we do as if we were living in the back home in India. So with that, if you could go to the next slide. Yeah, so this slide briefly speaks about a lot of the civic duties we perform. So you will see we have wisdom, which is satsang, which is imbibing and spreading the messages of our dharma to all, categories of human beings, not just restricted to Jains. So, our Guruji often engages communities worldwide, and I'll talk to you a little bit about, the various centers we have over the world. And we have meditation camps, we have spiritual initiation, and then yoga activities. This is a very important slide. It talks about the 10 care programs. So one of the big emphasis that we put in reaching out and doing social welfare is to not just look at one aspect of a person's needs, but talk about many different things: health care, educational care, spiritual care, mental health being. So what you see in this slide is a very comprehensive program that we have available, and that we are actually utilizing everywhere, even in countries like Africa right now. We have got a big mission going on to help people that are impoverished, who are dying of hunger over there. So there's one big place we're actually helping out. Locally in the Dallas area, for those who live around here, we do peanut butter and jelly sandwich drives. We participate and help with senior living centers. But as you know, a lot of the senior living individuals, they are in deep need of emotional connection. We do that. As a matter of fact, the other thing we do also is we do street adoptions. Yesterday, we had another street cleaning seva for those who live in the Frisco area. There's a street we have adopted. So we're trying to make ourselves more relevant, in the local community, because to have a seat at the table, you cannot be just, operating on your own. You have to be able to, people should be able to recognize you and how you're contributing locally to the community, and not just, gathering in temples and having, your religious activities. Next slide, please. So this is a very important slide. It speaks to the magnitude of the impact that we've had. We've touched more than 20 million lives since we have been, operational. And then the other important thing is that we have a very, very comprehensive educational program. In fact, in India right now, we are in the process of initiating a university, Srimad Rajchandra University in Dharampur. It is focused on providing an educational opportunity to all of the underprivileged tribal, Indians who do not have access to good education, and so they're always stuck in that poverty cycle. Next slide. Again, this is a phrase: the world is one big family, right? So we don't operate on our own. Again, we have connections. As I heard this morning, I heard this morning that we all are connected through a common thread, which is our belief in Hindu tradition and Hindu religion. And we need to create synergies around that common understanding and common faith. We may have separate religious temples, etc., but at the end of the day, we're one big family. Next slide, please. Again, recognition of the work that we have done. Next slide. So I'll just end with this slide right here, right? It's a very important slide, and there's a quote by our Guru, Gurudev Rakesh Ji. He says, "To be happy, peaceful, blissful now and always is the essence of spirituality." And in doing so, happiness is not only a personal goal. It should be a goal to make everybody else around us happy. And we derive strength from our religious beliefs. And when we derive that strength, we also derive joy. And joy is like a box of mithai. It is not enjoyed by yourself alone. It is enjoyed more when it is distributed to all. So I use that analogy to just say how our religion gives us the strength, and how we can convert that into socially responsible and civic activities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sameerji. It was not just only your presentation, you actually beautifully summarized the whole session, and you have made my task easier, so I don't have to summarize and take more time of the audience. So that gives us more time for the questions and answers. And can we go to the questions now? Okay, so may I request, since this is the last session and people have to flights to catch.
Yes, thank
so
you.
Focus, yeah. So focus on question, frame it as a question. And two, please tell who are you directing it to, so that we can go directly to that speaker and they can respond to your question. So there are two hands up there, Esther ji and then Meghna ji. Did I get your name right? Megha ji.
Namaste, everybody. My question is to Nainanji. Nainanji, could you please explain how the Hindu matrimony event goes? And also, is there an app? Because you're catering to Gen Z and they're all about apps. So if you could explain these two.
Okay, and can we also get the second question? Then they can go one after another. Megha ji, you also go ahead with your question.
My question is for the Hindu University. He said all the projects that they're working on, it is how is Hindu University helping people in the US with Hindu atrocities if they were to happen?
Okay, so then
Namaste. Can you bring up my slide? It is possible to bring up my last slide, please. With the time constraint, I couldn't show that one. Thank you. So yes, Hindu Matrimonial USA has a very distinct approach. It's a whole day event. And the youth come right from morning till late evening at 10:30. So in the morning we have, first of all, setting their mind straight. So we do motivational speaker that sets the expectation. Can you bring up that slide, please? The last slide of my presentation, please. And also it has yes, thank you. So that's the page of the home lending page, and then the flyer, of course. We have app also that goes with it, motivational speakers that go with it, that set the expectation of the youth. And the app is a proprietary confidential app so that youth can communicate with each other years after the event. We have not shut down the app for last 4 years of the last event. So people are still communicating. We do not know what they do communicate, but we can see the statistics that it's being used. So that's, they can shortlist their people they like to and continue to talk with simultaneously without releasing their phone number and email. The motivational speakers will set their expectation right. And we have dress to impress party at the end. So they meet while in a structured speed dating fashion, but also they meet at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and there are fun and games. They create art projects. And then at the end, it's dress to impress. They come dressed up in Western Indian clothing, have a little music and dance. So in different settings, they get to meet each other. So that's the whole day's full day event. There is a price for it. They pay registration fee. And it also keeps very seriously interested people coming. So they are extremely seriously, on an average of $500 to $1,000 often we estimate they spend to come to the event from all over the country. Thank you.
Okay, to Kalyanji. HUA, I have attended a few programs, and I would very strongly recommend everyone who is interested in any of the courses that are listed, do go and attend that program, any course that is of your interest. And those are phenomenal work that the teachers are doing in HUA. Before Kalyanji talks about this program on atrocities, no Gurukul can work without financial resources. Arth hai to samarth hai, nahi to anarth hai. So you have to contribute to HUA. They are operating on a very shoestring budget, and the demand is so huge. So I would strongly appeal that as much as you can, please support HUA and contribute to their programs, and then you can demand additional programs from them. Kalyanji.
Yeah, so the question is, how is Hindu University of America addressing Atrocities against Hindus, correct? That's the question. Am I interpreting it correctly? Okay. Because when you say Hindu atrocities, can work the other way also. So, first of all, I want to distinguish the space of education from the space of advocacy. Okay. So, HUA will not directly get involved in any agitation or complaining or petitioning or any advocacy work. We will not do that. It's not our space. But people who are engaged in advocacy, in responding to events in real time, we hope that they will find value in being educated to a deeper extent than they already are. Okay, so I'll give you one illustration. A couple of people who have taken a course at HUA, the course is titled Distinguishing Varna and Jati from Caste. That's the name of the course. And the people who are already engaged, they're already doing a lot of work on caste issue through via HAF and KONA and other organizations, which are at the forefront of advocacy. But what they've said to me is, after taking this course, they've said that, my God, we didn't even know how much depth there is in terms of knowledge that we wish we had known before we did what we did, and so on. But it's never too late. So in that sense, right, the foundation of knowledge is very, very important to be a better Hindu, a better advocate, a better activist, and so on. So, so we play an indirect role in the education space, which hopefully enables our other advocacy organizations to be more effective. So that's the way I would frame the answer to your question. Is that satisfactory to you? No.
Satisfactory? I think because it's a university and because Hindus look up to you, advocacy is a direct part of a university. In my opinion, I could be totally wrong.
Okay, all right. So, we're going to remain under the radar. We don't want to hit the limelight making silly, stupid statements that invites enormous reaction. Let the advocacy organizations play that role and get the reaction. We're going to play under the radar and get accredited first. So there needs to be discipline in this kind of positioning. So the university will always be positioned as an educational institution first and foremost, and only indirectly enable the second order activities in the community. So, it's very important distinction.
Any question?
More.
And is there any other question? Do we have time for questions? And one more question? Okay, one last question, and then I will exercise my privilege of taking 1 minute to summarize it. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. My name is Sriranga Puridas, coming from South America. First, thank you all. Amazing. I think that my question is rather a challenge. Yesterday, I've heard that challenge from the youth. The youth is saying we shouldn't be defensive. Actually, we should come forward, proactive. And I think that knowledge is the basis. Actually, this is Vedic. We discussed in our group yesterday. Hindu has been labeled from outside the Vedic culture. So why is there this Hindu phobia? Because people think it's a different religion. But nobody will hate his grandfather. So if the Vedic is presented as it is, that is the basis, cradle of civilization, not only the Indian, but everybody in the world will understand, oh, the Christians originally come from the Vedic culture, the Muslim come from the Vedic culture, the Jewish come from the Vedic culture, the Jain, everybody. So nobody is going to spit on his grandfather. So I think, and my question is, are we ready for the next step to move from Hindu to Vedic? That's the question.
Kalyanji,
Let
that's an
me,
academic question.
let me take this. I have heard this question about 100 times in the last 6 years, okay? See, from a Hindu perspective, from an insider's perspective, Hindu perspective, Vedic and Hindu are non-different. They are the same, one and the same, from a Hindu perspective. From an outsider's perspective, somebody who's entering the Hindu world from outside, they like to make this distinction. I've had this argument a number of times with many Westerners, outsiders to Hindu. They like the word Vedic and they prefer not to have to deal with the baggage the word Hindu has acquired over the last century and a half. Now, I'm going to address the Hindus in the room first. Vedic and Hindu are the one and the same, please. We cannot make the distinction. You know, Hindu is some subset, Vedic is something else. We cannot make the distinction, number one. Number two, I'm again speaking to the Hindus, we have a responsibility to address the baggage that has been overloaded on Hinduism, on the word Hindu, over the last 200, 300 years through colonialism. That's our responsibility. We cannot expect outsiders to clean up that word. We have to do it ourselves. And therefore, education, scholarship, writing, publication, writing books, it is very critical. You cannot sidestep and keep doing puja. That's not going to make the difference. The third is for the outsiders, you know, who are more comfortable with the word Vedic, but not as comfortable with the word Hindu. I would say, you know, if you prefer to embrace the word Vedic, please do. Please do. There's no problem, you know, because they're one and the same. It's just like saying water and pani. I mean, they're really, the underlying substance is the same, no matter what you call it. But I would also ask that you find a way of recognizing, even though the word Hindu has come into vogue more recently than the word Vedic, find a way of recognizing that they are indeed representing the same body of knowledge, the same underlying phenomenon, so that that whatever dissonance that exists between Vedic and Hindu can be healed, can be transformed, and we can be comfortable with both the words Vedic and Hindu simultaneously. Okay, thank you. That's my response to that question.
Thank you very much, Kalyanji. The academic should not become activist, because the objectivity of academia, the credibility of academia is very important. And the moment they start becoming activists, they lose that credibility and leave that activism to activists. On the atrocities against Hindus, Meghaji, get in touch with Global Hindu Temple Network. We are actually about to start some very good activity on that, and you will hear about it. So get in touch with us. We'll let you know how we are dealing with that, approaching that subject on Kashmir. So we'll get you to that. I've been told no summary, and therefore I would not do it. I will just say one thing. The Hindus used to be silenced, used to remain silent, and were silenced. No longer so. We already see, and this HMEC every year is an example of that the green shoots of that forceful renaissance are already beginning to happen. But those are green shoots. As somebody said yesterday, you need drip irrigation. That was a beautiful imagery. But it's not the drip irrigation. It is called fertigation. In the drip irrigation, you also need to add fertilizer. And you need to fertigate the green shoots for them to become strong. And that fertigation is advocacy. And advocacy is very important. It's good to invest in the mandirs, build the infrastructure, spend all that money, and the phenomenal work which the Shahs explained, phenomenal work. But we also need resources for advocacy, and we do not do that. So therefore, I would say, appeal to the mandirs, annually 1% of your revenue, please contribute that to advocacy organizations for the survival and existential threat of our Sanatana Dharma. If the Hindus don't exist, mandirs have no meaning. So therefore, please think about that seriously. On that note, I would say, wonderful, wonderful panel and a very rich, substantive discussion. A big round of applause for our eminent speakers.
Thank you, Mohinderji, for leading such a lovely session. It's truly amazing to hear about the bright ideas that our Mandars have started to implement. Now, I would like to invite up all the DFW Ekta Mandir management staff for a small thank you note.
DFW EC or BOT, Khembhai, please come. And our board of trustee chair, Khem Chandangrani ji, will be giving the closing and thank you note. Abhishek.
Jai Gurudev, respected Tejal Shah ji, Vigyan ji, and all the distinguished executive members of HMEC and Vishwa Hindu Parishad. We are very happy that you all are here at the Ekta Mandir. And we are all together here. And we want to thank all of you to come out here. I know a lot of people traveled from so far. And for last 2.5 days, a lot of discussion, a good discussion has been taking place. So I want to thank you from the DFW Hindu Temples Trustee Board and Management for selecting the venue. And this temple is open to all of you. In future, you want to come back and have this kind of a conference. We are there because this is your temple. This is nobody's temple, but this is our temple. So please keep in mind. And I just want to leave 2-3 lines with you. I did not attend an entire conference, but whatever little I heard is a lot of good discussion happened. But beside the message I want to leave in two lines, that we have to prepare our children. We have to give them a right education. Only this message is not for you here, because you are all well learned, but you are the leaders, you are the priest, but pass on this message to people who follow you. Number one, when your grandchildren or children wakes up, ask them or start first you greeting them with Ram Ram, Hari Om, Jai Mataji, whatever you believe in, just say that. That will have a lot of impact. The second, teach your kids before they get up, after they get up, make a bed. Not that they have to make a perfect bed, but just habit. And third thing, every week for a few minutes, involve them in our Hindu religion rituals. Do small aarti, small bhajan, whatever you can do, just a little bit. Thank you very much.
Can we get a big round of applause for our DFW Mandir, Ekta Mandir staff? Thank you so much for hosting us for this weekend's HMEC 2025 conference. Now, I would like to call up to the stage Shri Neerajji Kashalkar from H4A to the stage. If you could please come up to the stage. I don't know where.
Namaskar everyone. First of all, big thanks to Tejalban, Amitabhji, VHPA to give us opportunity to talk here for a couple of minutes. I will be very direct. I'm not prepared today and suddenly my name came here. We as a Hindus, Sanatanis, you name it, we are building our culture here, maintaining culture. All namaskar to all Pandits here who are trying very hard to keep our culture here. Mandirs are doing great job. It is not easy in this country, far away from our native place, to run a mandir in authentic way. And big om to all of you to run those mandirs perfectly. It is not easy. In previous panel, there are a couple of questions which are asked, and there is no real answer to it. We talked about Hindu phobia. We talked about advocacy. But crux of the matter is, when there is advocacy, we go to Washington, DC, we go to Senate, we go to everywhere. Who is listening to us? Those only 2-3 people listen to us, come there and go. As you all know, all the mandirs know, Bab's temple know, California temples know. The fact of the matter is, Hinduism here is under severe attack. We are under severe attack. There is legislations like SB 403 in California, which is trying to completely shut down the Hindu Dharma. It happened, we are just fortunate that God was with us and we were saved. If SB 403 passes in California, it will pass in another 29 states. And then we will not be able to do our normal things. SB 509 again going to pass in California. It is already on the desk of governor. So we talk about advocacy, and I'm pretty sure organizations like Hindu PAC, they're doing great work actually. But are there any people who are actually listening to us and doing something for us? I want to give a big shout for the Arvind Mandir. Suresh is here. We really need to be active. We need to be on the decision table. And that's what we are trying to do, Americans for Hindus. We are not non-profit organization. We are a political organization. We are the people who try to bring Hindus in politics. That is our role. We want to stand for our culture. We want to stand for our temples. We want to bring these elected officials to listen to us. Once we have enough Hindus in power, we need to protect. We need to protect. We built everything. How to protect is a question, and that's what we are trying to do. Now, there was question about who will do it and how we will do it. This is the empowerment. Our goal is basically empowering American politics with Hindu values. We call politics as a Raj Karan. We don't do Raj Karan, we do Rajaniti. We have Rajaniti Academy, where we are trying to train youngsters to run for elections, go to the office and represent us, represent all of you in a authority, in cities, in education, in Senate, local state Senate, in congressmen. We establish Hindu, Sikh, Bauddha, Jain caucus in House. We have 24 congressmen. In last House, we are going to announce few more. This year we will reach 50 congressmen. So if you have any issues, like Bab's temple attack is a big issue, right? And I'm pretty sure you're facing issues. We are the ones who will bring officials. They will listen to you. That is our role. One thing I want for all of mandirs to do is basically, if you see some bright person who can actually run for the office, please bring us to us, and we will make sure we will give all know-how of elections and bring him to our leadership position. Dhanyawad so much. Thank you for giving us opportunity.
Thank you, Neeraj ji, for your powerful words. Now, I would like to call up to the stage Sri Shashank ji Bhattar to lead the award ceremony and to be our MC.
Namaste everyone, Jai Shri Ram. Yesterday we were community program, one important matter left out, and we want to just take care of it, along with recognizing some of the local Dallas mandirs as well, who are here today. We will recognize them again. But before that, we all know we have been talking about the sanskara in our next generations, and around that, great work has been done by VHPA and HTCI, Hindu Temple of Central Indiana. They have been running a youth camp for last 25 years, and they have published a book which is basically collection of theme. Every year the camp is organized and run, executed using some specific theme, and all 25 years of this theme collected in one book that we are going to unveil. I would like to request Kumar Daveji, Hansa Bhen, please come on the stage very quickly. Sanjay Bhai Mehta and Abhay Asthana ji, past president of VHPA and general secretary, past general secretary of VHPA. They have worked very hard with this mandir to put this book together. So I request Kumar ji to unveil this book. And Sanjay Bhai, please at least come on the stage quickly. Please go in the center. And I would like to also all the mandirs and community members to know, now there is a Hindu campsite. Hindu campsite is open in Texas. Take advantage of that. You have been seeing a digital advertisement for the Hindu campsite. So take advantage of that. Any question around the Hindu campsite, you can talk to Vijay Palotji, you can talk to myself, Amitabh Mittalji. It is ready to use. You can host your Mandir camp at the Texas Hindu web campsite. Thank you so much.
Namaste and thank you. I just want to talk about this book for a couple of minutes, This is not just a book, but 25 years of the Hindu Heritage Family Camp, collaboration between HTCI and VHPA. So I'd like to recognize VHPA contribution to. Sanjay ji has painstakingly written all the sessions, and it's compiled. Many people are doing this camp throughout the United States, but sometimes the books are lying in the coffee table or the room, but we have compiled this for the wider use. It is on VHPA website. If you go through VHPA website and publication books, this book is digitally here. The whole purpose and the objective of this book to be published is for a wider use. Anybody in the USA or around the world, if they want to conduct this Hindu Heritage Family Camp for a couple of days every week or once a year, this is a material. They don't have to reinvent the wheel. You need some dedicated people who can look at this and do it. Even Bal Gokulam, Bal Vihar can also use as a resource. So I would like to thank Sanjay ji from bottom of my heart and Abhay ji. Give him a round of applause. He is the software behind this project and I am the hardware. And Madhu Bhargava, who is not here, who has done the printing for not only the last 25 years, this book, but the Mandir Vani too. So please give a round of applause to Madhu Bhargava. She is not here. And thank you very much. And please use this book widely and ask everyone to use it. Thank you. There are 3 copies left here. If anybody wants, please contact me and the proceed will go to HMEC. Thank you.
Since we have Sanjay Bhai here, so I'm going to call upon Sanjay Bhai to talk about the next set of awards for the HMPC. They are the Archika Bhushan and the Archika Shri Award.
I'll be very quick. So I work in temple. I am a Bal Vihar teacher for many years. So one day I asked one of our Bal Vihar kids, it's for all, but especially addressed to our respected priests. So I asked one of our Bal Vihar kid, this guy, good enough? Yeah. How do you define your relationship with priest? And he's a young kid. Now he's in medical school. And he said, our relationship with priest Sanjay uncle is symbiotic. And symbiotic is a term where both, it's a biology term, but both the people get the benefit. Very nicely answered in I said one statement, that I get the benefit and priest also get the benefit. And that is very correct. आप लोग भारत से जब आए, you have your own parampara, everything. But you have learned so many things in America because of kids. They come to you, they touch your feet. So it's a symbiotic relationship. And in one of the Gita class, one kid, Bhagavan Krishna has used Pandit word in many times in Gita class. Nanu shochanti Pandita. So one kid says, Sanjay uncle, why Bhagavan is using a Pandit word here? What about our Pandit there in the Mandir? He is talking to Arjun. And I explained to them, the Pandit is one who, that's why Bhagavan is telling Arjun, who can make the right decision. Pandit has Vivek, and that's why we call them Pandit, because they can tell you how the puja should be done. Don't do this in puja. It's not about the hours of puja. It is the content of the puja. And they are the expert in that. So go to them, talk to them, understand if you have a question. That's the reason they are Pandit. Not they are Pandit because you put jal here or you put mala here. No, they are not Pandit because of that. They're Pandit because they know why we do that. So that's with that. We'll award them their contribution. And they are a part of our family. Right? So please, Murli ji.
So we are going to call upon the names of the priests, and Shashank is here to help with that. And I'll also call upon someone from the community to give those awards.
I request Ved Manjuji and Shardulji from Karasiddhanman Temple.
Gaurang Bhai, can we have you on the stage to give the first award? Gaurang Bhai.
Namaste, everyone. My name is Shashank. I'm very honored to be here today to announce the awardees for the Archaka Bhushana and the Archaka Shri Awards today. First awardee, I would like to invite Shri Janak Bhai Shukla from the DFW Temple, Dallas, up on stage. Janak Bhai Shukla is a priest with over 33 years of experience at this temple. He is also a priest with international experiences in England and Africa, and we are honored to have him today coming up on stage.
Om Sangachadhvam Samvadadhvam Samvo Managum Sijanatam Deva Bhagay Yatha Purve Sanjanana Upasate.
HMEC during the 12th Hindu Mandir Priest Conference, hosted by DFW Hindu Temple in Irving, Texas, confers the title of Archaka Bhushana to Shriman Janak Bhai Shukla of the DFW Hindu Temple, Irving, Texas, in recognition of his significant and sustained spiritual and social service to the Hindu community. Thank you.
Samano mantra samiti samani Samanam manasaha chittamesham Samanam keto abhisagam rabhadvam Samjane nabo havisha jajamaha.
Next, I would like to call upon Sri Subhadracharyalu Srinivasula from the Aurora Temple, Chicago. He is the Pradhana Archaka for over 30 years. He's a multiple award winner for his services at the Aurora Temple. He also briefly served in Melbourne, Australia during his international experience there. Please give him a round of applause as he enters the stage.
Om Bhajaram Karne Bihe Sranuyama Deva Bhajaram Pashyema Kshabirjajataraha Stirai Rangaye Tushtuvagu Sastano Birvyase Mahite Vahitan Yajayuhu.
HMEC during the 12th Hindu Mandir Priest Conference, hosted by DFW Hindu Temple, Irving, Texas, confers the title of Archaka Bhushana to Shriman Subhadracharyalu Srinivasula from the Sri Venkateshwara Swami Temple of Greater Chicago, Aurora, Illinois, in recognition of his significant and sustained spiritual and social service to the Hindu community.
Swasti na Indra Vrajasaravaha Swasti na Bhugha Visvavedaha Swasti na Sarksha Arishtane Mihi Swasti no Brahaspati Radhatu.
Next, I would like to invite Srinivasa Sharma Adarasapalli from the Hindu Temple of Atlanta. He has been the head priest at the Hindu Temple of Atlanta since 2001. Previously, he has served at the Kanchi Kamoti Sitarama Temple in Hyderabad and Sri Ganesha Temple in New York. Please give him a round of applause as he enters the stage.
We have Pandit Rajendra Joshi ji to give the award.
ॐ समानि व आकूतिः समाना हृदयानिवः समानमस्तु वो मनः यथा वस्सु सहसति ॐ अपि ब्राह्मणमुखीनाः तस्मिन्नन्नः काले प्रयुञ्जीत.
HMEC during the 12th Hindu Mandir Priest Conference hosted by DFW Hindu Temple in Irving, Texas, confers the title of Archaka Bhushana to Shriman Srinivasa Sharma Adharasapalli from the Hindu Temple of Atlanta, Riverdale, Georgia, in recognition of his significant and sustained spiritual and social service to the Hindu community.
ॐ वर्धन्तुत्वा सस्तुतयो गिरो मे यूयं पात स्वस्तिभिः सदा नः.
Next, I would like to invite Ramalinga Shastri of the Hindu Temple of San Antonio, Texas. He is a priest with over 35 years of experience, with 20 years in his current temple. He is the award winner of Alankara Pravina as well. Please give him a round of applause as he enters the stage. HMEC at the 12th Hindu Mandir Priest Conference hosted by DFW Hindu Temple, Irving, Texas, confers the title of Archaka Bhushana to Shriman Ramalinga Shastri Lanka Naga Venkata of the Hindu Temple of San Antonio, Texas, in recognition of his significant and sustained spiritual and social service to the Hindu community.
Om idam Vishnurvichakrame tredhani jade padam samudhamasya bhagusure swaha.
Thank you, Pandit ji. Sant Gupta ji, can we have you on the stage, please, for the next awards? Thank you.
Next, I would like to invite Madhusudan Sundarajan of the Denton County Hindu Temple, Louisville, Texas. He is a priest with over 30 years of experience and has served in temples in California, Connecticut, Texas, and Florida. Please give him a round of applause as he enters the stage.
Tadavishnoho paramambadaggo sada pasyante surayah deveva jakshuradatam.
HMEC at the 12th Hindu Mandir Priest Conference hosted by DFW Hindu Temple in Irving, Texas, confers the title of Archaka Bhushana to Shriman Madhusudan Bhattar Sundarajan of the Denton County Hindu Temple Society in Louisville, Texas, in recognition of his significant and sustained spiritual and social service to the Hindu community.
ॐ ब्रह्मजज्जानं प्रथमं पुरस्ताद् विसेमतः सुरुचो वेन आवह सबुद्धिया उपमा अस्य विष्ठा सतश्च योनिमसतश्च विवः.
Next, I would like to invite Krishnaswamy Bhattar KV from the Hindu Temple of San Antonio, Texas. He has experience of 45 years with 20 years in the current temple. He is specialized in the Pancharatra Agama. Please give him a round of applause as he enters the stage.
ॐ पृथिवी शान्ता साग्निना शान्ता सा मे शान्ता शुचगुं शमयतु अन्तरिक्षगुं शान्तं तद्वायुना शान्तं तन्मे शान्तगुं शुचगुं शमयतु.
HMEC at the 12th Hindu Mandir Priest Conference hosted by DFW Hindu Temple in Irving, Texas, confers the title of Archaka Bhushana to Sriman Krishnaswamy Bhattar from the Hindu Temple of San Antonio, Texas, in recognition of his significant and sustained spiritual and social service to the Hindu community.
द्यौ शान्ता सादित्येन शान्ता सा मे शान्ता शुचगुं शमयतु.
Thank you, Sant Gupta ji. Can we have Bhakti Rakshaka Swami ji please on the stage to give the next set of awards?
Next, we will present the award of Archaka Shri. First, we have Ishan Das Pujari from the Radha Shyam Irving, Texas Temple. He is unwell, so he will not be able to attend today's conference. But we have, I think, Vikrant Sharma, who will accept the award on his behalf. Ishan Das Pujari is a main priest in the ISKCON tradition, experience of over 33 years and 17 years in the current temple. And he has 30 plus years of experience in astrology. HMEC at the 12th Hindu Mandir Priest Conference, DFW Hindu Temple, Irving, Texas, confers the title of Archaka Shri to Shriman Ishan Das Pujari of the Radha Shyam Dham, Irving, Texas Temple, in recognition of his significant and sustained spiritual and social service to the Hindu community.
Om Brahmajagnan Ambarasdadvise Mataha Surujo Vena Avaha Sabajanya Upama Asya Vishtaha Satasja Jonima Satasja Vivaha.
Next, I would like to invite Pushpa Koirala of the Sri Ram Mandir in Plano, Texas. He is a priest with over 20 years of experience, with 16 years experience in his current temple. He is also well known for his very melodious bhajans. Please give him a round of applause as he enters the stage.
Om Swaste Pantha Manuchare Masurya Chandrabasa Viva Punardadata Ghata Janata Sangame Mahi.
HMEC, during the 12th Hindu Mandir Priest Conference hosted by DFW Hindu Temple in Irving, Texas, confers the title of Archaka Shri to Shriman Pushpa Koirala of the Sri Ram Mandir in Plano, Texas, in recognition of his significant and sustained spiritual and social service to the Hindu community.
Swastya Janantar Kshamarishtanemim Mahadbhutam Vajasan Devata Adam.
Next, I would like to invite Jayesh Vyas of the Hindu Society of North Carolina in Raleigh, North Carolina. He has a total of 27 years of experience, with 8 years of experience at his current temple.
Asuragramendra Sakham Sabatso Brihadya Shonava Mivaruhema Agum Ho Muchamangira Sangajancha Swastya Trejam Manasa Chatarkshyam.
He is a highly revered and respected priest in the Hindu community in the Raleigh area, and we are very happy that he is here to be honored by us today. HMEC at the 12th Hindu Mandir Priest Conference, hosted by DFW Hindu Temple in Irving, Texas, confers the title of Archaka Shri to Shriman Jayesh Vyas of the Hindu Society of North Carolina in Morrisville, North Carolina, in recognition of his significant and sustained spiritual and social service to the Hindu community.
प्रजातपाणिशलडं प्रपद्ये स्वस्ति संबाधे स्वभजन्नो अस्तु ॐ वर्धन्तु त्वा सुष्ठुतयो गिरो मे यूयं पात स्वस्तिभिः सदा नः ॐ वर्धन्तु त्वा वर्धन्तु त्वा सुष्ठुतजस्तुष्टुतजस्त्वा वर्धन्तु त्वा सुष्ठुतजः त्वा सुष्ठुतजस्त्वा त्वा सुष्ठुतयोगिरोगिदस्तुष्टुतजस्त्वा त्वा सुष्ठुतयोगिदः सुष्ठुतयोगिरोगिदस्तुष्टुतजस्तुष्टुतयोगिरो मे गिरस्तुष्टुतजस्तुष्टुतयोगिरो मे सुष्टुतज इति सुस्तुतजः गिरो मे गिरो मे योजं मे गिरो मे योजं मे योजं मे योजं पात योजं मे योजं पात योजं पात योजं पात स्वस्तिभिः पात योजं पात स्वस्तिभिः पात स्वस्तिभिः पात स्वस्तिभिः सदा सदा स्वस्तिभिः पात स्वस्तिभिः सदा स्वस्तिभिः सदा सदा स्वस्तिभिः सदा नो नः सदा स्वस्तिभिः सदा नः स्वस्तिभिरिति स्वस्तिभिः सदा नो नः सदा सदा नः न इति नः शीते वाते पुनन्निवेत्याः क्षेमो वै राष्ट्रस्य शीतो वातः क्षेममेवावरुन्धे ॐ
There is one more priest who was supposed to be awarded this morning, but could not attend due to having a last-minute COVID positive assessment. So he had to sadly miss out last minute. He is a priest, Guru Dutt. He's a chief priest at the Hindu Temple of Florida and could not attend due to being sick. So we just wanted to recognize him quickly here for all of you. But that is all. Thank you.
Hari Om. All these spirits are doing a great job in our temples. Without one priest serving in one temple for 30 years is not an easy job. With all the management, with all the devotees, how much patience, how much dedication they have. And HMEC and HMPC is planned to recognize all the priests all over USA. So every year we conduct during this HMPC conference. Each place, wherever we do, we cover all the local priests to honor for their services. It is our job as HMPC. So we are very honored and blessed to honor all these priests in this event. Thank you very much for all your services. Vallabhaji, please. I request Sanjay Bhai on the stage. We need to have a photo. Tejal Ben. You come. Nagarajan, you come. We'll stand there. Sanjay Bhai, hi. So there are some family members, please join for the photograph.
भारत माता की जय श्री राम नमः गोविंदा
Govinda. Hara Hara Mahadeva. Okay. Yes, sure. Now,
जय श्री राम
Jai
जय श्री राम
now all our honored priests are going to bless all of us. Huh? Please, okay. Everybody quick, please. Okay. ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ
So, Namaste everyone. Namaste everyone. So the order of actions would be for now, for the last half an hour of this conference, which has been a very fruitful and meaningful one. Since we are all being seated, what we will do is, okay, one picture and then I'll start my talking. Thank you so much. So what will be, everybody stay here, the priest, the esteemed priest, and probably everybody be positioned here. We have some local temples to be recognized. So we will do that in the interest of time, and then we will do a group photo, which is technically the last thing that we do. So stay with us half an hour more. You have been with us for last 3 days, half an hour more. We'll do recognition, very quick recognition of local temples. Then there will be group photo, and then there will be closing remarks and a call for action from Sanjay Mehta ji and Anita Gupta ji. So half an hour more. Thank you all.
ॐ संज्ञानं विज्ञानं प्रज्ञानं ज्ञानदभिजानदे सङ्कल्पमानं प्रकल्पमानमुपकल्पमानमुपकृतं कृत्वा श्रेयोपसीय आयः सम्भूतं भूत चित्रकेतुप्रभानाभान् स्तम्भान् ज्योतिष्मागस्तेजस्वनाथपग्गस्तवर्णभिदपन् रोचनो रोचमानः सोमनः सोममान कल्याण शिरेर्वच्चस्वमायुष्यमारोग्यमाविध सोममानं महीयते धान्यं धनं वसुं बहुपुत्रलाभं शतसंवत्सर दीर्घमायुः कन्नेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः श्रेरङ्गैस्तुष्टुभागं सस्तनूभिः व्यसेम देवहितं जधायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्यो अरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु तस्यान्ति सर्वे भद्ररामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखमाप्नुयात् अस्तु तदास्तु तदास्तु
Okay, I would like to now, I will just announce the name of the temples. If the representatives are here, please come on the stage so we can honor you. These are the Dallas local mandirs which were not here yesterday, and we would like to just recognize them. BAPS, Paresh Bhai Patel, if anyone is here. BAPS, big round of applause. They are one of our platinum sponsor. Denton County Hindu Temple Society. Denton County Hindu Temple Society, Hindu Temple of South Lake, Hindu Temple of South Lake, please come here, come on the stage, please, so we would recognize you, your support and attendance for the conference. ISKCON Dallas, if you are here, please come forward and accept the honor. ISKCON Dallas, Karya Siddhi Hanuman Mandir, please someone come on the stage and accept the honor. Karya Siddhi Hanuman Mandir.
ॐ सुमङ्गलेर्यम्बदोरिमाकं समेत पश्यताम् सौभाग्यमस्यै दत्त्वा याथा त्वं विपरेतना
Karya Siddhi Hanuman Mandir, Radha Govinda Dham. Anyone here? Radha Govinda Dham? Please come. Radha Govinda Dham, Radha Shyam Dham. Please come.
शतञ्जेव शरदो वर्धमानयित्यदि निगमो भवति शतमिति शतन्दे
Srimad Rajchandra Mission, Dallas chapter. Srimad Rajchandra chapter, Dallas Mission. Dallas chapter, sorry. Srimad Rajchandra Mission, Dallas.
मरुतयेन वर्धयन्ति शतमेन मे
Swaminarayan Gurukul, yesterday we honor you, but your plaque is with us. So if Swaminarayan Gurukul is here, we honored you, but your plaque is still with us. Vishwa Foundation, anybody? Wonderful job done with the Homa, Suryoday and Suryasta Homa, Vishwa Foundation, Dallas chapter. So we will make sure whoever are not here, their plaques will be given to them. We will make sure it reaches to them. Radha Govindam. Please.
No, ठीक है क्षत्रस्य राजावरणोऽधिराजः नक्षत्राणागं शतभिषग्वसिष्ठः सौ देवेभ्यः कृणुतो दीर्घमायुः.
Quickly, please, don't lose the time. Everybody start walking on the stage for the group picture. Quickly, let's not wait, let's not think. Please, everyone. Big group picture, please. The group on the stage is waiting.
Guru Savleji, if there are people outside, ask them to come in for a quick group picture. I mean, attendees only.
Whoever comes, if they can sit or will stay.
Oh, I see Chirag.
कैसे move करेंगे अभी? Okay.
Okay. Ankur Patel.
Everyone quickly please come. Let's not lose the time. Please, please come. Kasha Rao ji ko aage le लीजिए. Please. Big group picture, come quickly, please. Whoever would like to be.
ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಯಾಮರಾ ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತಾರೆ ಅದು
Manan bhai is taking a photo, please come. Yes. Manan bhai. Gayatri ji. People at the booth, you can join too. Please come.
Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Jai. 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 विश्व हिंदू महापरिषद की HMEC की HMPC की जय
Thank you so much for the group photo. Moving on. Manan bhai, is it okay? Oh, sorry. Upendra ji.
Jai Shri Ram.
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 Namah Parvati Pate.
Hara Hara Mahadev.
Sanatana Dharma ki.
Thank you so much.
Dharma ki.
Thank you all. Let's all be seated again. It's only last final stretch of 30 minutes more. We have action items and wrap up. No, I'm sorry. Some action items and wrap up notes of this conference.
We had no award to thanks.
I request Anita Gupta ji. नहीं
రండి సుభద్రాచార్య గారు రండి ఇక్కడ
Requesting Anita Gupta ji to come on stage and do the closing remarks. Requesting all the esteemed priests to help us move to the next session of the program. Requesting our esteemed priest to help us move to the next round. The pictures can be taken downstairs as well, down as well. Anita Gupta ji, the stage is yours. Please let's move to the next segment of the program. The conference is not officially done yet. We were trying to requesting all the attendees to please be seated or maintain silence. Meenakshi ji, everything now will be downstairs off the stage. Thank you. Shashank, Ashita, can you help move these things? Rajendra Joshi ji, everybody off the stage for now. Thank you so much.
Yes, please. Everyone, please have your seats. This is the final moment.